I think somebody called that fight word for word, 7 a.m. UK time. I've been up since 7 a.m. yesterday morning, been up for 24 hours, just concluded UFC 297. Dricus Du Plessis beat Sean Strickland by split decision, as I called it, word for word. I said it'll be a really close fight. Sean will look to... People will think Sean's won, but I think Dricus will get it, and that's exactly what happened. When I heard that scorecard, or when the fifth round finished, I said to myself, this is looking like a split decision. And it was. And I got spot on. I'm really happy with my prediction. A few of you guys commented saying my prediction was way off, and my predictions come to fruition perfectly, and I put some respect on my name. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about the fight. Look. The first round, Sean Strickland comes out. Dricus Du Plessis looked relaxed. Sean looked relaxed. Sean Strickland comes out the first round, jabbing him to pieces. Made his right eye swell up. His jab was just looking powerful, stopping Dricus Du Plessis in his tracks, it seemed. The teep of Sean Strickland in the first round, landing without fail every single time. And I was thinking, wow, Sean Strickland barely was touched in the first round. I think he was hit 11 times in 5 minutes, and he hit Du Plessis 22, 27 times, something like that. And it was a phenomenal first round for Sean Strickland. His defense looked absolutely insane, and I was like, wow. Dricus looked sloppy, he looked quite slow, and I was thinking to myself, well, this is going to be an interesting one, guys. This is going to be a really interesting one, because Strickland looked on fire. The second round, it was more of a toss-up round, Dricus was kind of landing loads of slapping shots. He managed to cut Sean Strickland on the nose and above the both of his eyes during the fight. And there was one point during the fight where Strickland literally could not see out of his eye. It was either the second round or the fourth round, or maybe the third. It was one of the middle rounds. I haven't really watched it. This is my immediate reaction, as I always do after the big pay-per-view fights, guys. Look, well done to Dricus Du Plessis for hanging in there, and he literally brought the fight to Sean Strickland. I'm going to speak about this in a minute. I've got a few notes here that I made during the fight. Sean Strickland looked so comfortable. His vision is fantastic, but he's not a counter-puncher in my opinion. His defense is so good, but he doesn't have anything snappy off the back foot. So it was essentially just a boxing match, but Strickland couldn't capitalize on Dricus's pressure, even though he has an insane defense, and that was the issue I think there was here. He just couldn't capitalize on enough moments. Du Plessis threw a takedown in there at the end of some of the rounds. Round number 5, it was, in my opinion, a deciding round. I had it 2-2 going into the 5th round. Guys, it was just, yeah. I've got a note here. Dricus used his wrestling in round number 4 and cut Sean's eye badly, which bothered him a lot. There was one point where they broke from the clinch and all the blood had smeared all over one side of Sean Strickland's face. He looked like Two-Face, and that was a really bad round for him. Round 4 was a really good round for Du Plessis. It was close, but as I said, Strickland, Strickland's definitely gotten more powerful in the last 2 years since the Alex Pereira fight. He looked huge. Du Plessis looked small compared to Strickland, which I think was a major misconception people had before the fight. I think a lot of people thought Sean was going to be the smaller man in there, but he was actually the bigger man. And a lot of Dricus's punches were like slapping hooks over the top and stuff. Sean Strickland comfortably won the 5th round because he knew he had to get it in the bag, and he started putting more pressure on. He started taking more advantage of the fact that, okay, Dricus is a bit tired now. They were both tired. Sean Strickland looked tired in the 4th round, which I think I made a note of as well. Both looked tired, and it could have been 2-2 heading into the 5th round. Guys, what a fight. And can I just say, you guys all said to me, this fight, there's not a chance it's a split decision. It'll go either way. It'll look clear. I had it 3-2 Sean Strickland going into the 5th round. No, after the fight finished, I said, okay, 3-2 Sean Strickland. I think he might have edged it. Dricus had a few takedowns, couldn't really do much with them. But then I said to myself, it could very easily go either way. It was so close and such a competitive fight in the last 4 rounds. The first round was clear. 1st and 5th round are clear. It's the 3 middle rounds, 2, 3, and 4, you have to give to Du Plessis in the end. That's what they would have done. There's no way you can give the 5th round to Du Plessis. There's no way you can give the 1st round to him. Sean Strickland looked on a different level to him in both of those rounds. My issue with Strickland was I would have loved to have seen a bit more activity from Sean, and I would have more teeps from Sean Strickland, because the issue was he was stopping Dricus in his tracks in the first round and the fifth round because he was doing more heaps, being a little bit more active. And I would have loved to have seen that left body kick from Dricus Du Plessis more. And this is what I wanted to say, which surprised me a lot. And I didn't really notice this about Du Plessis. His stance switching, the way he switches stances, is absolutely phenomenal. He switches stances so well, and he lunges over with punches so awkwardly. But what I will say, guys, Sean Strickland started throwing some knees to the body as Du Plessis did that, and they were landing clean. A few good uppercuts. My worry is Adesanya could get it done against Du Plessis. Big, powerful left check hook as he lunges in. That's my worry. Because I know Du Plessis won't walk Adesanya down the same way Sean Strickland will. But I want to see who the next title defense is. I want to see them run it back. I want to see Strickland run it back. I think the UFC are going to do everything they can to keep Strickland away from a fucking belt. That's my one issue. However, what a fight. What did you guys think of it? As I said, I had it 3-2 Sean going at the end of the fight, but I have no issue with Du Plessis being the winner. He landed some good takedowns. I think Sean could have been more active, but obviously when you're in there under the lights, it's just so different, and we're not people. What I think, and because I compete and because I train and because I fight, I can say this, and a lot of fans will not understand this. When you don't, every time you check a kick, every time you get punched, it adds up, it builds up, and when you're in the third round of a fight and you're both breathing heavy, I can sit at home and be like, oh, Strickland should have done more of this. Du Plessis needs to start doing that again. It's not going through your head in that moment. You're running on pure instinct and muscle memory at that point, and you're shattered. Every time you check a kick, the blood on your face, under the lights, people watching, feeling like those emotions. It's just incredible. Like, what a sport. What a sport. As I said, they both. I said I don't think Sean Strickland's too much of a counter puncher, which I did. I kind of have an opinion of, but I didn't realize it as much until he was blocking things well. But because he blocks on the back foot, puts his elbows up, and he very Philly shell, you can't then counter off that. And whenever he did, it would be a slapping left hook, which he would put his hand out as a jab, but then quickly turn it into a left hook, and you don't get much power behind that, and that was the problem. And I think that's a really, really good assessment of it. He's got that in his arsenal, and I think what you do next. What the best fight to make next is Sean Strickland versus Jared Cannonier next, the rematch, and then I think you do. Fuck, who can? I mean, they're gonna give Izzy the title shot, which they shouldn't. Izzy's fucking 2-2 in his last 4. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, realistically, Du Plessis will come back in summertime. Or in like May, June, but no, definitely not June. It would have to be May. It would have to be in like 4 months. May, it couldn't be June. That's a Saudi Arabia card. They're gonna use Du Plessis. Probably maybe September. I mean, you probably don't see Du Plessis for a while. He took a lot of damage. His eye was very swollen. Get Strickland back in there in May. I want to see Strickland active. I really, really enjoy Strickland's fighting style. And I know he's going to just build on it, and that's a great experience. Strickland didn't take much damage, can I say, guys? He had a little bruise under his left eye, but the cuts were the main thing. And I think if the cuts weren't bothering so much in the 4th round, and he was really apprehensive to lunge in because his vision was compromised, he would have won the fight. I had him winning the fight. I thought Strickland got it done. But so competitive, so close. Unreal fight, guys. Absolutely unreal. Strickland had the opportunity to become a superstar tonight, and I think what you do now is you let him fight Jared Cannonier next, get that win back against Cannonier, then you start building, and then you have him fight for the title again, or you get him 2-fight win streak. And the card was alright. The prelims were fantastic, actually. I really enjoyed the prelims. The Brad Katona fight was alright as well. He's a bit of an autistic person. I don't know how I feel about him. He's a Canadian, though. Canadians are soy. Canadians are pathetic. Main card. A lot of really close fights. The Magny fight was close. The Arnold Allen fight was really close. The women's fight was just fucking awful. I'm going to make a video tomorrow about abolishing women's MMA because it needs to be done. And I think there should be 10 women's fighters per division, right? I shouldn't speak about this now, but fuck it. There should be 10 women's fighters per division. The good ones. The alright ones that can be somewhat entertaining. And have them all fight each other 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times over the next 10 years. Everyone, 10 of them, fight all of them. That's a much better way of doing it. Because it's more like a basketball type thing then. You fight everyone 3 times. Do you know what I mean? I would rather see all of them fight, all the good ones fight each other and rematch each other, than just having these absolutely terrible fucking women fight and 40-year-old housewives fighting. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the sport's not built for women. Anyway, thank you, folks. Appreciate it. I'm going to go to bed because it's currently 7:30 in the morning. I've got a job interview at 9, so I'm going to try and get 45 minutes sleep maybe. I definitely won't sleep. Give me your thoughts on the fight. I thought it was a great fight. I thought Strickland did get it done. I don't think Du Plessis did enough with the takedowns to be given some round 3, I think it was. I had Strickland winning round 3. I want to see Strickland. I mean, you can't. Strickland's style is so weird because it's kind of like it'll do so great against people that can't really fight on the back foot, like Izzy. Izzy doesn't come to fight, so Strickland's going to abolish him. Someone like Jared Cannonier, who will engage in the pocket a bit more, pushes Strickland back. That's also Strickland. I feel like his style's either you're going to have a snowball, he's going to destroy you and win rounds, or it's going to be a really, really close fight. And I think a lot of people will agree with that. I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I need to get to my bed. I'm going to make a separate video tomorrow. What a fight. I loved it. I loved that fight. And what did I say? 4 months ago when it was announced, I said, guys, this is going to be a great fight. Stylistically, that's a fucking great fight. And secondly, I called the split decision. Put respect on my name and subscribe for that. I would really appreciate it. Thank yous, folks. Love yous to bits. I will see you all tomorrow with about 2 videos I've got planned to make. The women's MMA one and what's next for Sean Strickland and Du Plessis. I've got a few ideas. I'm going to have to sit back and truly evaluate it. See yous later, guys. Goodbye.